Nothing beats the thrill of a high-speed roller coaster or a gravity-defying drop until something goes horribly wrong. While theme parks are designed for fun, some rides have a dark history of malfunctions, near misses, and tragic accidents that force them to close forever. From a ride that suddenly snapped mid-air to a roller coaster that turned deadly, these attractions prove to be more terrifying than anyone bargained for. So buckle up and hold on tight as we count down 10 amusement park accidents that shut down rides forever. Number 10. Action Park's Alpine Slide, New Jersey. Action Park, often dubbed Accident Park due to its reckless attractions, had one of the most infamous amusement park accidents in history. The Alpine Slide was a concrete track where riders controlled their speed using a flimsy sled with a handbrake. Except the brakes were often broken, forcing riders to either go dangerously fast or come to an abrupt stop, making collisions inevitable. In 1980, a 19-year-old park employee named George Larson Jr. lost control on the slide, flew off the track, and hit his head on a rock. He suffered a fatal head injury, marking the first recorded death at Action Park. This accident was just one of dozens of serious injuries caused by the ride, including severe abrasions, broken bones, and even impalements from poorly maintained safety barriers. Despite its dangers, the Alpine Slide remained open for years, but growing legal issues and rising insurance costs ultimately led to its closure. Action Park itself shut down in 1996, only to reopen years later under new ownership and a rebranded name, Mountain Creek Water Park. However, the Alpine Slide never made a comeback, forever cementing its reputation as one of the deadliest amusement park rides ever built. Number 9. Fujin Raijin 2 at Expoland, Japan. On May 5, 2007, a horrifying accident at Expoland Amusement Park in Osaka, Japan, led to the permanent shutdown of its once popular roller coaster, Fujin Raijin 2. This stand-up roller coaster had operated for years without major incidents, but poor maintenance turned it into a death trap. On the day of the accident, a broken wheel axle caused one of the coaster's cars to derail, tilting violently to the side. The malfunction threw 19-year-old Satomi Kubota against a guardrail, killing her instantly, while 19 other riders sustained serious injuries. Investigations later revealed that the ride had gone nearly 15 years without a proper safety inspection, and other coaster axles were found to be on the verge of failure as well. The tragedy caused widespread panic and forced Expoland to shut down temporarily, but it never truly recovered. Attendance plummeted as safety concerns grew, and despite attempts to regain public trust, Expoland closed its doors for good in 2009. The Fujin Raijin 2 was scrapped, and its deadly legacy remains a chilling reminder of what happens when amusement parks cut corners on safety inspections. Number 8. Mindbender at Galaxyland, Canada. Considered the world's largest indoor triple-loop roller coaster, the Mindbender at Galaxyland in West Edmonton Mall was supposed to be an engineering marvel. But on June 14, 1986, a catastrophic failure turned it into one of the deadliest amusement park disasters in history. The ride had a fatal design flaw. Bolts securing the wheel assembly were improperly fastened, causing one of the cars to derail mid-ride. As the train approached the third loop at over 60 miles per hour, the last car detached and slammed into a concrete pillar, violently ejecting 4 passengers. 3 people were killed on impact, while a 4th was severely injured. Witnesses described a horrifying scene as riders dangled from the wreckage and rescuers rushed to free survivors trapped inside the coaster's twisted remains. The ride was immediately shut down, and an investigation revealed that the accident could have been prevented with better maintenance and inspection protocols. In a shocking move, however, the Mindbender was redesigned and reopened 2 years later with improved restraints and additional safety measures. It remained operational until 2023, when the park permanently closed it, citing difficulties in maintaining the aging ride. Despite its return, the Mindbender never escaped its haunted reputation, and its tragic accident remains one of the worst in amusement park history. Number 7. Perilous Plunge at Knott's Berry Farm, California. Billed as the world's tallest water ride, Perilous Plunge at Knott's Berry Farm in California was designed to give riders a heart-pounding 115-foot drop at a near-vertical 75-degree angle before crashing into a pool below. But in 2001, just 1 year after its opening, the ride became infamous for a horrifying accident that led to its permanent closure. On September 21, 2001, 40-year-old Dawn Brunshaw boarded the ride, but due to a design flaw in the restraint system, her safety harness didn't properly secure her. As the boat descended the massive drop, she was flung from her seat and plunged into the water below, suffering fatal injuries on impact. Witnesses were horrified as park employees rushed to stop the ride, but it was too late. Investigators later found that perilous plunges restraints weren't properly designed for all body types, and the lack of seatbelts made it possible for riders to slip out. After the tragedy, Knott's Berry Farm modified the ride to include lap bars and additional restraints, but the damage to its reputation was irreversible. Attendance dropped, and by 2012, the ride was permanently dismantled. Despite its closure, Perilous Plunge remains a cautionary tale of how even the most thrilling rides can become deadly if safety isn't the top priority. Number 6. Superman, Tower of Power at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. The Superman, Tower of Power was meant to be a thrilling free-fall drop ride, standing 177 feet tall, where riders experienced a stomach-churning plummet at speeds of 54 miles per hour. But on June 21, 2007, a terrifying accident turned this adrenaline rush into a nightmare. As the ride ascended, a high-tension cable snapped, sending metal wires whipping through the air at high speed. A 13-year-old girl named Caitlin Lassiter was struck by the cable, severing both of her feet at the ankles. Panicked riders screamed for help as the ride continued its sequence, finally stopping at the bottom, where emergency responders rushed in to assist the injured girl. Although doctors managed to reattach one of her feet, the damage was irreversible. The ride was shut down immediately, and Six Flags faced a massive lawsuit. Investigators found that poor maintenance and a failure to properly inspect the cables had led to the accident. The Superman, Tower of Power never reopened and was later dismantled completely. The horrifying incident served as a wake-up call for amusement parks worldwide, reinforcing the importance of thorough maintenance and routine safety inspections for all high-speed thrill rides. Number 5. Son of Beast at Kings Island, Ohio. When it opened in 2000, Son of Beast was hailed as an engineering marvel, the world's tallest, fastest, and only looping wooden roller coaster. Standing 218 feet tall with a blistering 78 miles per hour top speed, it was meant to be the ultimate thrill ride. But instead, it became infamous for a series of disasters that led to its permanent closure. The first major incident happened in 2006, when a structural failure in the wooden track caused a violent jolt, leaving 27 riders injured, some with broken bones and concussions. Investigators discovered a broken support beam, likely caused by the coaster's intense speed and heavy vibrations. To improve safety, Kings Island removed the loop and made structural changes, but that wasn't enough. Then in 2009, a woman suffered a brain injury after experiencing severe head trauma on the ride. That was the final straw. Son of Beast was shut down indefinitely, and despite rumors of a refurbishment, the park announced its demolition in 2012. For years, Son of Beast was a symbol of ambition gone wrong, an engineering marvel that simply couldn't overcome its own flaws. Today, a new roller coaster, Banshee, stands where it once terrorized riders, but its legacy as one of the most dangerous wooden coasters ever built lives on. Number 4. The Big Dipper at Battersea Park, UK. The Big Dipper at London's Battersea Fun Fair was once a beloved wooden roller coaster, thrilling riders with its steep drops and sharp turns. But on May 30, 1972, a tragic accident turned it into one of the deadliest amusement park disasters in British history. That day, a rope mechanism used to haul the train up the first lift hill snapped, sending the train hurtling backward at high speed. With no modern safety features in place, the runaway train crashed into another car at the station, violently ejecting passengers. 5 children were killed, and 13 others were seriously injured in the horrifying accident. Investigators found that the ride had been poorly maintained, with outdated braking systems and faulty mechanisms that made it a disaster waiting to happen. Public outrage over the tragedy led to the immediate closure of the Big Dipper and Battersea Fun Fair. Once a thriving amusement park, never recovered from the scandal. Attendance plummeted, and by 1974, the entire park shut down permanently. The Big Dipper disaster remains a chilling reminder of what can happen when thrill rides are operated without proper safety measures. It's often cited as one of the worst amusement park accidents in history and helped push for stricter ride safety regulations across the UK. Number 3. Haunted Castle at Six Flags Great Adventure, New Jersey. The Haunted Castle at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey was meant to be a fun, eerie walkthrough attraction filled with spooky animatronics and jump scares. But on May 11, 1984, it became the scene of one of the deadliest amusement park disasters in U.S. history. That evening, a fire broke out inside the attraction, trapping visitors in a maze of darkness and smoke. The haunted castle was made of highly flammable materials, and to make matters worse, it had no sprinkler system or proper fire exits. Within minutes, the entire structure was engulfed in flames. 8 teenagers were trapped inside and burned alive, unable to find a way out. Investigators later determined that the fire was likely started by a cigarette lighter, but the real culprit was Six Flags' failure to follow basic fire safety protocols. The park hadn't classified the haunted castle as a permanent structure, meaning it avoided fire code regulations. Public outrage led to a massive lawsuit, and Six Flags was forced to demolish the attraction immediately. The tragedy forever changed amusement park fire safety laws, mandating fire suppression systems in enclosed attractions nationwide. Even today, many former employees and guests claim the spirits of those lost still haunt the park, turning this once fake haunted house into a real-life ghost story. Number 2. Tsunami at M&D's Scotland Theme Park, Scotland. The tsunami roller coaster at M&D's Scotland Theme Park was supposed to be an exciting inverted thrill ride, with passengers dangling beneath the track as it twisted and turned. But on June 26, 2016, it became the site of one of Scotland's worst amusement park disasters. During a routine run, the entire train detached from the track, crashing nearly 30 feet to the ground. The horrifying accident injured 9 people, including several children, with some suffering broken bones, head injuries, and severe trauma. Witnesses described a scene of chaos, with twisted metal and terrified riders trapped in the wreckage. An investigation revealed that cracked axles and poor maintenance were to blame for the derailment. Shockingly, Tsunami had already been shut down for safety concerns in previous years, yet was still allowed to operate. This negligence led to the ride's permanent closure, and by 2018, the entire coaster was scrapped. The tsunami disaster contributed to M&D's struggling reputation, and in 2020, the park went into administration due to financial losses. The accident serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of ignoring proper ride maintenance, proving that thrill rides can become death traps when safety is overlooked. Number 1. Verdugo Park Swinging Ship, California. Amusement park rides aren't always found in massive theme parks. Sometimes, even small carnival attractions can turn deadly. That was the case with the swinging ship at Verdugo Park in Glendale, California. On March 16, 2000, what should have been a routine thrill ride ended in horrific tragedy. The pirate ship-style ride swung back and forth, gaining height with each pass. But suddenly, one of the safety harnesses failed, causing a 12-year-old boy to be thrown out of the ride at its highest point. Witnesses watched in horror as he plunged 50 feet to the ground, suffering fatal injuries upon impact. Investigators found that the lap bar restraint system was not secure enough, especially for smaller riders. Worse yet, the ride had not been properly inspected, and safety standards had been overlooked. Following the tragedy, the swinging ship was immediately shut down and later dismantled. This accident raised serious concerns about ride safety at local fairs and small amusement parks, leading to stricter inspection regulations across California. To this day, it remains a chilling reminder of how even the simplest rides can become deadly if proper safety measures are ignored. Have you ever ridden any of these doomed attractions before they shut down? Or do you know of any other terrifying theme park accidents that didn't make the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay safe out there.